Okay, so everybody, welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that is critical to just how the office flows. Remember, some of the things that are most important, two of the things that are the most important in Celebrate Dental, what are they? One, speed. Okay, speed and atmosphere. And we all know that if you're not fast, it's a bad atmosphere. If people wait too long, they're not going to be happy. It starts from the moment somebody comes into the office, okay? The only way that we're going to know whether people wait too long or not is if we have them in yappy, okay? Now, some of the things that we're going over, we've talked about before, but we're doing a new thing, a training video, so that the new people that come will always know kind of the steps, okay? So when a patient walks in, they have to feel like the office is different. The only way that that's going to happen is if we welcome them. So Aaron's job as the welcomer is going to be to know and understand who's coming in. But the first thing that happens is when that patient comes to the front, as we check them in, it goes first name, last name, birthday, yappy. They've got to get into yappy. When they get into yappy, to us, that's when their experience at Celebrate Dental has begun. Begin, begone. No, don't be gone. Stay here. That's when it's begin. Then the job of Aaron is to get them to the back. Okay? From the back, now the name of the game is how fast can we get the doctor into the room? Okay? So on the GP side, it's, okay, if it's a returning patient, we should already know how much they owe so that they can get to the register, to financial, and then they need to get to the back. From the time they're in the back, from the moment they're behind, their tush, their backside, hits the chair, now they're on the clock for how soon can the doctor get in there. Okay? Nothing is ever going to happen in this office until the doctor gets into that room. So the name of the game is to get the doctor. Now, when you come to get the doctor, what are some of the things that we have to know? We've got to know the ball players. So we got to know who's there. And today what we're going to focus on is the time. The time that they've been in the office. Okay? And so whenever an assistant comes to get us, from here on and through death, you're going to have to tell us what the time is. Okay? On the ortho side, Glenn knows, and we have to make it just an unspoken rule that has to happen every single time. I can't stress this enough. Doc, Janie's in the consult room. She heard about us from the billboard. Her chief complaint is the space in between her front teeth, 24. Now, what does that tell me? It tells me everything that I need to know, and at the very end, whenever anybody comes to get the doctor, you've got to put the number on how long they've been here. What does that do? It does a couple things for the doctor. One, it tells us, if you come to me and you say, Doc, Janie Gutierrez is here. Her best friend told us about it. She's wants to fix her crooked grill. 64 minutes. How long? 64. Okay? And then I can now say, okay, well, what has taken so long? What it does is it forces, if Glenn's the one coming to me, if he tells me 64, do you think he knows what my reaction is going to be? He knows what my reaction is going to be. He knows that he can't come to tell me I'm not going to be satisfied unless he tells me 13 or under. That means the patient, from the time they've walked in till the time somebody tells me that they're ready, has been 13 minutes. Glenn knows that unless it's 13 or under, I can't be happy. And none of us can be happy, because then we're failing at speed. That means we're not meeting one of the two main goals of our existence, which is to show patients that we care by moving them in and out quickly. So Glenn knows Oh, 64 is not going to make Doc happy. Does that mean that Glenn shouldn't tell me? No, Glenn has to tell me. Every single time. The only thing that is going to make the doctor the most frustrated is if you don't tell us a time. Do you know why we're going to be frustrated? Because then we're going to have to spend 30 more seconds turning around and saying, Glenn, how long has it been? Okay? And that's what we doctors want to focus on this week. This week, we're going to focus on this number thing, getting this number thing correctly, which means the GP assistants. You can't come to Dr. Dewey and say, Dr. Dewey, patient in room 2 looking for an extraction, and then disappear to the back again. Okay? It's Dr. Dewey, Melissa is here. Her upper right first molar is hurting her. She hasn't seen a dentist in 3 years. 22. Okay? You have to have a number on the back every time you come to get the doctor. Does anybody have any questions about this? Here's why. Because if Glenn comes to me and he says 63, what's my first question going to be? Glenn, you probably know. Why? Why is it 63? There may be a reason. Doc, patient's in room 2, wants to fix her crooked grill, heard about us from a friend, 63. Why? She came in, decided she was hungry, went out, got a turkey sandwich, came back, decided to take a nap, and she told nobody to wake her up. She wanted to take a nap before she came in, and now she's back. Oh, okay, that's why it's 63. But more than likely, Glenn's going to have another something that was probably more likely going to happen. He's going to say, well, Doc, she checked in, and the front desk never got her to the back. Never passed her off to anyone in the back. Oh, so I need to go talk to the front desk. Okay? Or he may say, well, she came back, it only took her 2 minutes to get back, but the x-ray machine was broken for 20 minutes. Oh, our x-ray machine's broken. Okay, and all these things tell the doctor, how are we going to keep the flow in the office? If there's a breakdown, we need to know where the breakdown is. And unless we know how long they've been in the office, it's not going to prompt us to ask the questions that we need to know. Okay? The biggest thing for the team to understand is we've all got to get in the habit of asking the time. Okay? Not for any other reason other than the time tells us how long human beings have waited. Okay? I'm not trying to make this a robot situation where we're just slaves to the time. What I'm hoping is that the team will understand that there's human beings attached to those numbers. Those are real times that real people have really waited in the office. And the more we talk about how long they've been in the office, the more prepared we will be to think about it. If we always hear that they're waiting 35 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, then it makes us realize, we've got to do something different as a team to make sure that this goes a little quicker. So this week, does anybody have any questions about what the goal is? Maricela, what's the goal? This is where you pan over to Maricela.
Well, I didn't think I was going to get her because there's...
Oh, Nelly. Just keep the applications back on time, like so they won't wait.
The goal would be, Glenn, what's the goal?
Time, 13. As the doctor's time, 3 times.
Okay,
Number, there's always a number.
There's always a number. The goal is, every time you come to get the doctor, you attach a number, which means you have to look in Yappy, which means everybody has to be checked into Yappy. So the front desk goal, first name, last name, birthday, Yappy. Aaron's goal, get the patient to the back in under 3 minutes. Glenn's goal, or whoever is taking that patient's pictures, getting them ready for consult, their goal is to have the doctor notified that the patient is ready with the photos up in 13 minutes. The general dental people, whenever they take any records on any patient and they come to get the doctor, the goal is that they tell the doctor how long it has been since the patient checked in at the front desk. Any questions? Great. Turn it off.